Hello and welcome to another model showcase video. Today we're going to be going over California Eastern number 18. This is actually the second locomotive I built for HOn30. I built this originally way back in high school, I believe is when I started it for its first iteration. It started life using a mechanism from a Pennsylvania K4 made by Minitrix. That first iteration of it ran fine until I decided that there was plenty of room in the tender to add DCC and sound. And for those of you who have tried in their time to put DCC and sound with a 50-year-old locomotive, you'll know it doesn't always work out all that well. This was, in fact, the first locomotive that I ever attempted to put DCC and sound in, and all in all, it was rather successful in its day. However, as time progressed and as I got a little bit more savvy with the hobby, it became real apparent that the current iteration, or the previous iteration of it, was not good enough. So I upgraded it to use a Kato, I believe it's a JNR C55 mechanism, one of the Japanese Pacifics, which pretty much is a direct one-to-one swap out of mechanism. And now it runs like a dream and it sounds even better than ever. So to walk you through some of the components that went into building this locomotive, a lot of them started life as an AHM JW Boker. The tender and the boiler, in fact, came directly from that locomotive. You'll also notice the cab and the cylinders both came from an old Model Power 280. Everything else, for the most part, is pretty much precision scale detail parts or detail parts from CalScale. So another part that I actually had to rebuild when I changed over the mechanism was the pilot. The original pilot came from the Model Power 280, and I might be showing pictures of that original iteration sometime around now. However, when I had to rebuild everything in order to accommodate the new mechanism, the pilot had to go. So I wound up using the pilot from a Langley Lin kit. I had a spare one left over. It's a Baldwin type pilot, so I figured it would look good on an American loco. Other than that, the entire pilot deck and everything else that went into it was scratch built. So the styling of this locomotive is definitely built in the spirit of the Colorado and Southern. You could tell with the bear trap stack and the air tanks on top of the boiler. And when I finally got my plan for the layout and where it was going to take place, it kind of stood out as a bit of an anomaly because most of the railroads in California would have used oil burning tenders. So this remains my only coal burning locomotive to date. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to swap it over to an oil burner. It looks, as far as my eye is concerned, it looks great as a coal burner, and so it's going to stay as a coal burner. So when I finally get around to doing the layout video, there's a reason why there's still a coaling platform on the layout, even though all the other locomotives are definitely oil burners. So anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. I'm sure you all want to see this run, so I'm going to do a couple of run bys and let you see it in action. Thanks for watching and have a great day.